Hey, it's Chuck. Every April, states like Mississippi, Alabama, Virginia, and others officially recognize Confederate History Month. And if you've never stopped to ask who built that holiday, what it was designed to protect, and why it's still on the books, we need to talk because this one's for you. Let's dive into it. Confederate History Month didn't come from historians. It came from an organization called the United Daughters of the Confederacy. And what they pulled off after the Civil War was one of the most successful psychological operations in American history. They didn't fight a second war. They didn't need to. They got into the school system. They funded textbooks that reframed the Confederacy as a noble, principled stand for states' rights. They installed monuments, not on battlefields where soldiers actually died, but in front of courthouses and elementary schools where children would walk past them every single day and absorb the message without ever being asked to question it. They vetted teachers. They pressured publishers. They systematically made sure that generation after generation grew up believing a version of the Civil War that the Confederacy's own leaders would not have recognized. Because even they were more honest about what they were fighting for. We'll get to that in, actually get to that in episode 3. But they were pretty clear, painfully clear. In psychology, this is what the daughters built we called narrative control. If you followed the last month's series, then you already know what happens when somebody else writes the script about who you are. Now imagine that script isn't personal, it's regional, it's institutional. It's in the walls of the school that your kids attend. It's been running so long that questioning it feels like questioning your own grandmother. That's not memory. That's installation. And the people who installed it knew exactly what they were doing. Because here's what narrative control actually produces. It doesn't need you to agree. It just needs you to stop questioning. And when you put a story into a textbook, carve it into granite, and hand it to a 6-year-old every September for 150 years, there's nothing left to question. It just is. That's Confederate History Month. Not a remembrance, a maintenance program for a lie that was too expensive to ever let die. And if you think that program ended with the daughters, look at who's in your school board meetings right now. Organizations like Moms for Liberty are running the same operation in real time, challenging books, pressuring curricula, demanding that parts of American history that make people uncomfortable get pulled from the classroom. Different name, different decade, same strategy. Get into the school system and control what children are allowed to learn. The daughters understood that if you shape what a child reads at 6, you don't have to argue with them at 30. That psychology has not changed. I'm Chuck, the Bald Therapist. Work on you. Take no bullshit. Remember that you matter, and have a gentle rest of your day.